Alright, hey everyone, if welcome back to another video. This is another unboxing of, and if you've seen the title, then you know it is Neca's Rodan from Godzilla King of the Monsters, and that glare, oh my god. But yeah, this is the Neca Rodan, and look at that. It's a pretty nice picture of Rodan here. You got Rodan in the box with his base and stand and everything. You know, there it is in the back, which you can't see all that well because of the glare. There you go. And yeah, collect them all. Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan. Sadly, no King Ghidorah. You know, you got a bio and whatnot. So yeah, this is the box. It's a pretty cool box. If you've seen the other Godzilla King of the Monsters boxes, then this is basically the same thing. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open it right now and see how it is. And so I guess to talk about it real quick, I got this guy from my local ThinkGeek store. You know, I went ahead and pre-ordered him because I actually got the Mothra from there. I actually got the Godzilla from there too, so it's pretty much, you know, I've been finding them there, so I just decided to get them. But yeah, so the Godzilla was able to find easily at ThinkGeek. He kind of showed up there first, and the Mothra, I was looking for it. I asked them, hey, do you have it in back or anything? Do you know what's coming out? They said, you know what? We'll put you on hold for one. If we get one, we'll call you and you can come and get it. I'm like, okay, sure. And while I was there, I decided to end up pre-ordering this guy as well, so that, you know, I could get him. And so I ended up getting the Mothra, and now I finally got Rodan. And I get them from ThinkGeek mainly because I can't find the Godzillas. Like, at least Target doesn't sell them quicker than, like, ThinkGeek tends to have them quicker than Targets do. So I just buy them from there, and yeah, look at that. There he is out of the packaging. Let's see. See if we can take out this explosion effect. There we go. Yeah, this is so you can kind of put the stand right here. You can float above the base like as if he was flying. This is actually pretty neat explosion effect. I like the use of color. I mean, the painting's a little, you know, I don't know, the painting's like, it's okay, you know. You look, the yellow is almost a little too, like, it looks a little too splotchy. Doesn't really look, you know, like a lot. I mean, from a distance it actually looks pretty good, but when you really look at the paint, like, up close, it's just something about it. It's just a little too splotchy, but it's still really good. The sculpt's very nice, and even with the splotchy paint, it still looks really nice. It looks like a big explosion effect. Now, as for Rodan, let's see if we can get him out. Now, I've heard some things about it, some quality controls, like apparently, like, you know, the wing is a little loose, maybe like either it's straight up, the peg is straight up broken, or something about it is just too loose, or it won't stay in. So hopefully we'll see what Mines does, and if I can open it. Let's see, there we go. I think I got it. Maybe, yeah, I got it. Alright, let's see if we can get him out. And I hope y'all like these unboxing videos. I just do them because I like to, you know, get my opinions out on stuff that, like, you know, like, on stuff that, like, you know, I normally wouldn't do on, like, just my main art stuff. So this is just kind of little things here, like, just these videos that I make just so I can, you know, just maybe get my opinion out on things, you know. And yeah, there he is. And let's see the joints. So far so good. Yeah, that's Rodan. Look at that. That's really cool. And he has a ball joint right here. I think it's either a swivel or a ball joint, but yeah, it feels like a ball joint. And then a ball joint for the head. I really like this. I mean, granted, I think from the pictures I practically made up my mind. But yeah, I really like this. This is really cool Rodan figure. I really like that the wings can, like, fold up and down. You know, it's funny enough. More articulation than the SH Monstars version. I mean, granted, I'm sure the SH Monstars will have posable feet. I mean, the mouth can open by itself. It doesn't need a posable head. So I'm sure the SH Monstars will still have a one-up. But in terms of the wing articulation, I find that kind of funny. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of it out. I'm gonna get it all set up, and then we'll come right back. So see you in a second. All right, and here he is. It's the Neca Rodan with his base all put together, and I have his alternate head on, which is actually a very small head, as you can see. So even though I'm not crazy about how the tongue is unpainted. I mean, it's so small, I can't really blame them. It's not as small as Mothra's head, but it's still fairly darn small. So you can't really blame them too much, I guess. You know, it depends on personal preference. It doesn't bother me as it will maybe some other people, or at least not as much. But yeah, this is a really good sculpt. Now I was in one of my comments, I believe it was the comment section for when I was unboxing the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019. I there I was messaging, so we were having a back and forth about kind of the accuracy between NECA and SH Monster Arts. And not to call out that person, I don't want to start any kind of drama or anything, but if you're watching this, man, just know that I'm not trying to put you down or anything. I'm just saying, after looking at this, I can't the person messaging me was telling me that NECA's designs are not accurate, that they're probably he was going off. I think he was going off by what he was able to tell from the movie compared to the NECA and SH Monster Arts. But he was telling me that they were probably, especially when it came to the Rodan, they were probably basing it off concept designs as opposed to the actual designs. And I thought to myself, well, they look fairly because he was telling me how like the Godzilla 2019, this one right here, the NECA one, isn't accurate. Because like everyone says, the dorsal plates are too big and whatnot. It just looks like the 2014 with 2019 updates. And I mean, I even told him, like, I think that's how the design is. It's just 2014 but with updates. And I mean, he felt that there were more differences. So we agreed to disagree. But with the Rodan, he was telling me how the tail was different, the head design didn't look right, that it looked like it was based off one of the early concept designs. And in which I said, well, a lot of the early designs look fairly similar. I mean, granted, if you look at the art book, the wings drastically changed, but even the wings, they look like how they looked in the movie. So I was very confused. He even pointed out that the tail was different. And after looking at it, especially in the box, I was making sure to look at it. If you put it together, you see it makes a specific shape. It's cut because of articulation, but if you put it together, and you really gotta look at it, I don't even know if it's gonna pick it up very well, but if you look, especially right here because the light's hitting it, if you look, it almost makes this diamond shape like the SH Monster Arts one does, which I think the Rodan design does. And if you actually watch the movie, there is no tail. Well, there is, but the wings and the tail are all connected. So both SH Monster Arts and NECA had to make cuts so that the wings could move. That was just a sacrifice that they're going to make. It's just, I think with SH Monster Arts, they decided to keep this diamond-shaped tail, where NECA decided to just make a straight-up cut. Because if you look, maybe it's just me, but it looks like there's almost this, there's almost a separation in the sculpt where there's that diamond shape that the SH Monster Arts has. And even the NECA, even though it's very small, he has the back horns. So and I mean, he's not as hunchback as Rodan is in the movie, but if you move the neck in a certain way, he can totally have the hunchback. So I don't think this is based off a concept design. I truly believe that NECA had the CGI models to the characters, and they based it off it. I think what makes it look different is the fact that A, SH Monster Arts is SH Monster Arts, and B, NECA is NECA. Well, I think that could have been A. Whatever. Point is, they are two different companies, and when you have two different companies, especially at two different price points, they're gonna look different no matter how similar, no matter how, if you give them the same design, they're gonna turn out, different. Cause that's just how it is. I mean, it's like, look at it like you know, one artist, two artists could be working on the same character, but one artist is gonna be they're gonna be different from each other because they're unless they're just copying each other, you know, they're gonna look absolutely different because it's two different artists making it. That's the same thing here. It's two different companies, two different toy companies, and and you know, again, two different price points. So I believe that these designs are still, all three of them are still heavily based off the movie. I don't think they're based off any. I mean, I'm sure they are. They probably use concept art to help fill in the blanks, but I do believe that these are based off the movie design, especially because where the SH Monstars doesn't have this, the NECA does. He has the lava trail, or whatever you call it, the lava thing on his wings. And I like this. This actually looks really cool. It makes it from being just one specific color. I even like how it looks like the lava's just kind of poking out through some of the scales, even on the head, throughout the body. And yeah, the yellow dots are a bit much. I think they could have been applied way better, but again, not a big deal. I don't mind it. I don't even mind the dark coloration. I actually like it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, because I think it's funny because I think where NECA's is too dark, I honestly think SH Monstars is kind of too bright. It's a little too hardcore of a red. In fact, I think this dark coloration is maybe more closer to what the movie looked. Granted, the movie had a very stylized, you know, color palette, so we couldn't. I don't know if we could really tell what his specific color was. But even like the CG models, it looks like it was a dark charcoal color. So I think that this may be more accurate in that sense, but again, it's all personal preference. And again, you know, like if you're reading this, man, you know, I'm not trying to like, you know, call you out to put you down or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, this is what I'm seeing, and I truly believe that this is as accurate as, well, maybe not as accurate, but it is accurate enough, just as the SH Monstars is, you know. And now, besides that, I mean, I know that was an entire rant, but you know, let's looking away from the figure, you know. So obviously he's like Mothra. He comes in with a stand, which is really awesome. But unlike Mothra, it's just like a 3-stand thing where you have the rod, obviously. You have this fire effect, which is really cool, and then you have the base, which, I mean, you can't really tell, but it's very nicely painted. I can't say it's amazing, you know, but for what it is, which is just supposed to be a little diorama stand for you to put the figure on, just something to put the figure on, this is a really nice diorama stand. This looks really cool, and it really does look like the movie. I just love the attention to detail, the fact that, you know, to cover up the hole, they use an explosion, and to cover up the explosion, they use NECA did a good job putting this thing together and making it feel, you know, real, you know. So that's, I mean, you got to give NECA props for that at the very least. That's just awesome attention to detail, and you just put it together. You got to match the pin up. I don't know if I've quite done it, but hopefully I did. And then you just put the rod in, and I believe that's the direction he's supposed to point it. Either way, but yeah. So, and if y'all didn't get a good enough look, there's the alternate head, or the head that he came in. Again, really nice detail. Honestly, this actually does look like the movie, so I don't, you know, I think this is honestly very good. And the eyes, I was so surprised by the eyes. They look so, they are super tiny. In fact, it almost makes me laugh that for as tiny as the eyes are, NECA managed to get the eyes on correctly, and yet the Godzilla eyes, though they're tiny too, they're nowhere near as small as this. And yet they screwed up the eyes on here. So that's kind of funny. I mean, granted, it's hard to tell, but there is a pupil on there. At least I believe there is on here. Maybe not on this one. I'm sure there is, but you know, still, I mean, for whatever mess ups they might have caused, it's so small you can't even tell. So even if there isn't a pupil, you know, from this distance, it looks like there is. I mean, it's, you know, so hey, you know, you gotta give them credit, you know, for at least using the sculpt to hide their mistakes. But you know, either way, this is a really cool figure. It's like the Mothra in the sense that it is sort of just like a, you know, you're mainly gonna get it in one pose, but you can actually even get him in the bowing pose. Let's see if I can, you know, you gotta kind of move the joints around to figure them out, obviously. But yeah, I mean, look, You can, and if you can act, and I'm very surprised by the neck. You can actually, the neck really helps out. The head is limited, but the neck moves very well to where you can actually get him in some pretty cool poses. But yeah, so if you move his neck down, and you move his wings out, you know, and let's see if we can, you know, let's have him looking down like as if Rodan just landed and Godzilla's angry at him. So look at that. You know, freaking, that's the pose from the movie, that right there. Let's move the camera back. That's totally, you know, maybe not 100% obviously, you know, because his feet can't really stand on the ground. But yeah, look, he's totally bowing to Godzilla. So yeah, you can get him in the bowing pose. You know, you can move his wings around if you really want to, you know. I mean, I think it would have been nice if they put a ball joint so that you could really get a little more motion with the shoulders. But even with that said, I mean, the flapping, the articulation works. You can get him in some pretty cool poses, even though you're just gonna get him in the one. You can still get him some cool poses. This is a really nice figure. If y'all been collecting the NECA 2019 King of the Monsters line, you know, just complete it and get this guy. I'm debating whether I want to get the Atomic Breath version of this guy or not. I don't think I will because it's double dipping, and I don't know. I mean, even though I do kind of want to get the Atomic Breath piece. I just don't know if I want to double dip, but I do. Not say I don't like the sculpt. I like the sculpt, but you know, I'm just not sure. You know, I've already got two 2019s. It'd be kind of redundant to get a third one. Just, you know, but if they make a Fire Godzilla, then maybe, yeah, I'll think about getting. I'm pretty sure I'll get that because I actually really like Fire Godzilla. But yeah, so there's Rodan, there's Mothra, there's Godzilla. Again, if only we could have gotten a King Ghidorah. Sadly, I don't think we're gonna get that, at least not anytime soon from NECA. Maybe they'll pull an Otachi and like sometime later down the line they'll, like, you know, introduce him. But yeah, look, you know, you can get him like he's attacking Mothra. If we had King Ghidorah, we could totally recreate that scene where, you know, they're just clashing into each other. But this works just as well. So yeah, there we go. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know I ramble a lot, but I hope y'all enjoy my ramblings. And be sure to follow me on my art Instagram page, Giovanni Arts and Collectibles. I hope y'all have a great day, and bye.